Okay, I got my CS271 right here. I just took off the clutch cover. My way of sometimes not losing screws and stuff like that is as soon as I take it off, I put the nuts right back. Took the muffler out, put the screws right back, put a piece of plastic in the cylinder here, so that I can go ahead and even take the opportunity to blow this out with my compressor, and of course put these screws back, so and unless you got a cup and you remember where they all go, that would be easy to remember this. But and then of course I've also got to pull the carb out again and pull my limiter caps off, and I have something I use for that. Just I went to Lowe's, get you a small hook. I also have a variety of these things with a different angle of that hook. So that's where I'm at right now. Right here, I almost stripped this screw here on the corner, but I figured don't push it, just take these other screws off first, and then this will twist back, and I managed to get this loose. So there's a screen, and I'm going to remove that. I doubt I need a screen out here. It's so moist and lush out here in the Carolinas. So see, I don't see too much yet until I really look into it. I'll go from there. Okay. Now that the reflector plate and everything's off, this is for what I see inside of here, the guts, or however you word it. There were 4 small holes, and what I have to use for that, I got my Dremel and I just put a bit of a larger stone on it. That's what I had to use. So it appears to me that to open this one up, there's no catalyst. It just right past these 4 small holes here is just a big open space, and I think the airflow should flow right through here, because it goes down this way and right back through here. So as soon as I open that up, should be able to see the opening out from the other side here, where you see those little holes back in there, where I drilled, or where I'm opening it up. So I think this is an easy one. And I'm also going to do with the deflector plate, I don't know if I should open this up or not. I'll watch that video again. Might be good to open this up slightly, but you know, I'm just going to try to check and make sure I'm doing this. Oh, okay, this here on that video with the 330T, this guy took the opening back about to where it was about 2/3 open. So it'd be really duplicating this opening right here to about twice that size, I'm thinking. So let's see, anything else I would add to that? Really not much. I think it's just the next step, so I'll do that. Alright, I got my work done here. I had to multitask. I'm online talking to other people about other subjects. Yeah, this thing here, I've got it open. Where those 3 holes were at the intake, or where it meets the cylinder, I mean. Yeah, let me get a light. Where's my flashlight at? Well, I got one on my hat too, but where those 3 holes were, I dremeled them out. I went through like 2 bits already, but yeah, I opened that up quite a bit. And I also noticed that on the other side there's also another plate inside of there, and it also runs back and opens up a bit too. So I figured I didn't have to try to completely drill that out. All I did was punch holes in there with a drill bit and widen them out. I widened them out with the Dremel tool. So I'm thinking this is probably gonna be sufficient right here as far as opening this thing up. And I think what would be next, well, in that video the guy opened it up about half the way, so I didn't really go to 2/3. I didn't duplicate the size of that. I probably took it about half the size of that, maybe a little bit more of what the opening previously was. So I think I'm about ready to. I just got to decide this deflector whether or not I want to open it up more. I might do it, maybe a little bit, or I might just leave it at that. I'm not sure quite yet, but I'm ready to put this thing back together. And then the next step will be to pull this carb out and take the limiting caps out. Okay, I just took my limiter caps off, and there's a little trick to them. That you see, there's little slots here. I got to get my flashlight again and somehow juggle it with my phone in my hand. Where's my light at? Okay. You can see like these little slots. They're sort of, they got to be lined up with the little nubs on these limiter caps. You can see the little nubs on the sides. I think if somebody's really good at this, you can make it look like nobody ever messed with the carbs. Once you get done tuning your carburetor, you put the nubs back in, I mean these limiter caps, and if the saw like has a major malfunction, you can still, you know, get your saw fixed, you know, if you make it look like you never mess with it, unless you burn it up lean. That's why they void my warranty if they know I mess with that. But anyway, so when this thing's coming on here, when I'm gonna put it on, this is a trick with the hose, because I've taken this on and off a couple times already because I busted the top of the saw and I had to replace all the plastic, the whole plastic handle and so forth. But let me see if I can juggle this thing. Or put my light right there. Yeah, that'll work. Now, this little hose, the one that was attached to the carb, it's attached right here. And what I do, and then you have this little this insert here, and this insert, see if I can get a better picture of it. This insert here right at the tip of my thumb goes in right here in this this insert right here. You see the insert, this one, see if I can point out, this insert right here where the tip of my, it's off here on the right, the tip of my finger's at. So that insert goes right in there, so we know that. Also, having it, while we get this in here, I got to use a pair of needle nose pliers to put that back on the, well, you know that, back on the throttle right here. Back on the throttle right there. And the trick is with this hose is that the way I do it, I have it go down, and once it carbs in, it's going to actually sort of go over the top of this. This is how I had it last time. And then now I have this here, and then I just simply run over and around. They leave a little bit of space here under here for it to go through right here, where I'll point with the needle nose pliers. Right here, and there's a little bit of space there we have to work with, and it comes out, and then I take it and then I go around the top. So I'll go around the top like that. I'm not showing a very good picture, but I just take the hose and go around over the top and then back over here. So it took me a little bit of playing with it to do it, but it figured out. With that, now limiter caps are off, so I'm ready to put my carburetor back on. And after this, since I can't find my really small flathead screwdriver, I might have to go to Lowe's, but this will be tomorrow. I'll go and tune it, and supposedly you want to tune it, you want to make it 4-stroke before you're into the wood. And that'll be another video I can probably post up from somebody else's demonstration on how to tune a 2-stroke saw, tune the carb on it. Yup. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I got a better way of showing this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to back it out here and redo it. I actually pinched the hose earlier. I didn't quite get it right myself. But you see how this hose, it runs, I made sure it's not in between the throttle and the choke lever. I don't want it in between those things, so it's actually out here in the open. So all I'm going to do, you see how it runs from the bottom of the carb right here, and it runs out and over and into the primer bulb. So all I'm going to do is just flip this to the side out here. It's out here. And now what I'll do is I'll put this next piece on, and then just insert that right in there, the screws and all in one shot. And keep this hose out here to the left, out and over. Go ahead and set my screws. At least give them a good little start. And assuming everyone else with the same saw would have the same length hose. And all I'm going to do is go ahead and pull it out and over this way. Stretch it a little bit and let it sit right in there. And it sort of snaps back. And it's not choked up. The hose can breathe. And I know that because I'm purging the bulb and it's working fine. It's getting the air out of the carburetor. And so now all I got to do is just screw her on in. Should be set. It's just a trick with that little hose. It got me a couple times, but I'm getting used to it. So now I know if I gotta pull the carb off, how easy it is. You just pull it to the side and go ahead and put your next piece on. That's it. The saw's ready. It's all put together now. And fires right up. It seems to crank up a lot easier. I'm happy with it.